see, I know you're bored, I know it's boring me. Like I'm alive, baby, get out the grave and I know you're bored. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad. Empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone. Just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Give me.
Welcome, everybody. Here we are once again with the CEA Thursday Night Showdown. Tonight's matchups are going to be between UTSA, the University of Texas at San Antonio, facing off against Purdue. I am the Doctor, joined by Hawk's Nest on my right. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing amazing, and I gotta say, I love the new background. The computer looking nice, man.
I do enjoy my computer. It's gotten me through a lot of these streams. It's also pretty to look at, right?
It
Like
is.
you got
It
all
is.
your flashing lights and stuff. Shout outs to our sponsor there, Corsair, helping us out, getting everything together, making sure that we have all of the up to date information and peripherals to get us through the day. But let's talk about this matchup. We saw UTSA last week draw it out with MSU in a very, very close matchup, and they're coming in looking for a hard W.
Yeah, I mean, but we've seen both these teams already on stream, not against each other yet, obviously. But both these teams have had their appearances on stream. They've both performed extremely well on stream under the pressure that this league has in itself, and I'm excited to see how these two teams pair up against each other because they have a lot of different strengths between the two of them. And I think they're actually going to be put to the test this week.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming in with fairly similar, not matchups. Hold on, my
Score
brain.
lines.
Match records. There we go. Score lines in the grand scheme of things. We have UTSA coming in at 2-0-1, whereas Purdue's coming in at 1-1-1. I know we're only in our fourth week, but I think that's actually kind of significant, right? Like we're already having teams that are coming out ahead, basically lossless, if you want to think about it in the
Mhm.
terms of UTSA. And so they're starting to try and separate themselves from the pack, and heading into week 4 or 5, it's going to become that much more prominent.
Yeah, I mean Purdue is literally middle of the pack, 1-1-1. They've been every outcome of these games that they can have, they've been there. So I think this is going to be the chance, like you said, to start getting themselves out of that middle of the pack group, finding themselves further up near UTSA. I mean, if Purdue wins this, they'll both be 2-1. So they'll be tied at the end of the day if they're able to take these two maps home and claim the dub here this week. But we're starting to get into those formative weeks where you can really tell which teams are going to be top of the leaderboard, which ones are going to be, hanging out in the middle, hoping for their lucky streak, and then those that unfortunately are just going to need a little bit more practice as time goes on.
Yeah, and even if you do end up, taking a loss here, because it's a best of 2 and you do get a guaranteed map pick to play on, it's almost kind of difficult to go 2-0, right? Like you need to win your map pick, which hopefully you do because that's the one you've practiced the most. You also have to win your opponent's map pick. And I know there's only 4 maps in the pool right now. Shout outs to Icebox coming in a couple weeks now. Wink, wink.
True.
But even though you look at that map pool and be like, oh, well, there's only a couple maps. It's 4 maps. You can play all of them in 4 games. Yet there's such a stark difference on these teams on their map pick.
Yeah, I mean, each team is going to practice on hopefully every map they can, but depending on your play style, depending on the composition you go towards, you're going to find success on different maps. And once you start getting comfortable on those maps, you're just going to pick them over and over again. You're going to get even more practice on that map. You're going to get even better at that map. In the maps that you don't play as often, they start to fall off. So, you got to hope that whatever team you're going up against, you also have the ability to practice that map. But we have the agent selections up on screen right now. Purdue will be defending first. UTSA going to take their hands over that spike and try and get it planted in this first round of bind.
And I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing from Purdue. They're going for what we almost call a flash composition. They have the paranoia, the curveball, the Reyna flash as well. All of these coming in to make these site takes super volatile because you're just getting in, getting fast kills, trying to get as much chaos into the site as possible. And yes, they're on the defense, but they still have that cipher to lock it down.
Yeah, and over on to UTSA, they kind of have, a bit of a flasher composition themselves. You see the Omen and the Phoenix there, but they're taking the Rays instead of the Reyna for their duelist. And we've seen some really crazy Rays plays here at the CEA, and I'm pretty sure Surge has a couple of clips from their games that we've been able to spectate. And these guys really have mastery over the movement of Rays and can play it to her fullest potential, and that's going to help a lot on their attacking round.
Yeah, and my eyes immediately drawn to Daggle on this cipher. It is going to be Daggle's debut match here in the CEA. We're 4 weeks deep, making their first appearance ever. There's got to be some nerves there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't know the entirety of the background of it. Assuming that they obviously have been playing with the team, scrimming with the team, so they have a little bit of that chemistry at this point. You can assume, and it's still a little nerve-wracking. Your first time being on stage, first time in an actual match for the CEA league here. But you've got to try and put that all aside. It's just another day. You're just playing some Valorant with all your friends and teammates, and you got to try not to let that pressure affect your gameplay. But we'll have to see how he performs.
Yeah, and we'll be into the match shortly. Bind first map, split second map. That's super interesting to me. Even between the CEA matches here and the GLG matches on Saturdays, I honestly cannot remember the last time I actually saw split get picked.
Yeah, I mean it's been a minute, absolutely, between all the Valorant tournaments I've seen. I still like split personally. I think it's a fun map to play on, and it has its quirks, it has its pros and cons. A lot of the pro, and collegiate level players really aren't a fan of split for their reasons, but interesting to see how we'll play it here.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. They're already breaking onto the site. King's trying to get some flashes in. Here comes the eyeball of doom, but this smoke coverage is immaculate. There's nobody getting through that, and they are going to get a free spike plant, it looks like.
And King going to heal themselves up with the hot hands. Pushing up through the smoke. They hear all the shots. They walk into a Reyna. The clicks are there, unable to take down Swiggy, who is there on the defending side. 4v2 now. Purdue has doubled the advantage here, and Swiggy's going to make that even better as they drop Aussie and Altered over near bathroom. Going to find Easy Money 9's head. Click right on it.
Yeah, it was a nice take. They got onto the site. They made sure they had, the completely blocked off vision, got the spike plant, and then it was almost like they got a little over aggressive on the defensive side of the retake situation. And I can't fault them, right? Like, they're playing a bunch of duelists. They're trying to get aggressive. They're trying to get the kills. They're trying to make the things go click and boom. But it's just, you gotta be defensive minded after the plant.
Yeah, I mean, you can get onto that site beautifully with all your flashes, and you have the smoke coverage and everything like that, but once you're there, you don't need to keep pushing forward and aggressing. Once that spike's down, you get to set up those post-plant positions. You basically switch sides, and you are now the defender, but looks like they're going for another A push here. Going to get spotted out by the Recon Dart as Easy Money throws one of his own.
They have bought up, though, so they're feeling frisky. They are staying competitive, 1-1 apiece. King healing up once again, gonna find himself a nice friendly stim beacon. Meanwhile, Easy Money getting the shock dart kill onto U-Haul, trying to get some more damage down. Daggle's gonna pick up a kill onto Hoplife, as well. And this is looking like a pretty good hold situation. Curveball goes up and over, but it's not enough. It is apparently. Tim's gonna get that kill, and he's going for more. Does check secret, but easy money. Gets traded by Altered, who gets a double kill. It's just Aussie versus Altered. Sheriff versus Spectre. What's it gonna be? Headshot or Doom? Can't get the headshot. Goes down to Altered 3K, and that is gonna be another defuse for the Purdue defense squad.
So very, very close, and Altered knows it. Look at that spin around from the Cypher. I mean, the first shot, headshot, could have been it. Fortunately, 18 health left for Altered. They're able to pick up the second defensive round here for Purdue, and that 3K puts him at 4-0, so he's sitting pretty, keeps the Spectre in hand, buying back that armor, getting the abilities back, and still has a little over 2,000 credits left over.
Pretty expensive round for both teams, though. I mean, you can look at this. Even though Purdue has won 200% more rounds than UTSA right now, they're still not feeling so hot economically, right? Like, there's a judge, there's some more SMGs. Like, buying on that second round really kind of messed with the economy there.
Yeah, it's great if you can buy on that second round and keep all your guns, but if the majority of the team dies, it's kind of... You basically may as well have just not bought anything that last round. You don't take anything with you, and you have to rebuy it, so the economy hurts a little bit. They're switching it up and going towards B this time. UTSA not finding any success over on A, so they're switching it up.
There's so many people here, though. They got three.
Yeah.
They got the Best Buy and the Cypher. They're feeling that this is coming. They're gonna hopefully see somebody, but Hoplite just ripping Surge's head off, and these long-range rifles are too much for the stinger of easy money right now.
Doing what he can, but it's not too much. Hoplite grabbing the second one was that Vandal. Now it's 5-2, and the attacking UTSA, they're just kind of stuck. They don't even have anywhere near position of the spike. It's down there under that little archway, and Dim's gonna push up, try and send the flash out. Will connect actually, and King stunned and dropped as Altered finds another one onto Aussie over on Hookah side.
And that was another purchase buy from UTSA, or half buy, I guess. They had some, buy ups. They are going to have a full gun round now this time, so they are going to be fully equipped to break out onto whatever site they so choose. And on the side of Purdue, they are going to have to hold on to these SMGs for at least one more round. So this is going to be UTSA's best shot so far to get a round win.
Absolutely. They have, the full Vandals. They have the range advantage, but their composition wants to push forward very quickly, so that AR advantage is going to be nullified once they're able to get onto that site. Poking for some information. King knows there's the Sova watching that push there on A. Surge tries to shoulder peek around, gather some information about what site's going to be their best bet.
Nothing yet. Aussie's waiting for the cheeky teleport flank coming through. Not going to happen, though. They don't have enough information to risk it on that type of play. But look at this. All of these tripwires are around the hookah area. So the drone's not going to find anything. Nice little flame wall coming up. And now here's the site take. They're getting full information. One trapwire gets broken, but they're already on site. King and Altered getting kills back and forth. King's going to pick up two. Can go for more, but the hot hand stalls the push. There's three members here. And look at this. Run it back. Going through. Can't find anybody just yet. Sees two members before going down. But Daggle's going to pick up Swiggy.
Yeah, they have the information. The last two defenders coming from CT. Cypher Ultimate will also confirm that just to be safe. King can throw that wall up. It's a nice angle. And, I mean, there's no way Purdue can get onto the site at this point. 2v4, you're trapped going down that single hallway, and UTSA recognizes this, so they're able to walk away, ensure that they're all going to survive after the spike goes off.
Yeah, that's a pretty smart round to save, even though you, again, have 3 rounds wins already. They're not feeling super great credit-wise. I mean, that round, because of them having to rebuy rifles the second round, not the third round they won. I mean, even look at this. They're 3K credits on Swiggy, forcing to get a rebuy from a teammate. Like, that's why you have to save those rifles there. Otherwise, you're coming into this round with 1,800 on Swiggy, forcing him onto a Spectre. 2K onto Altered, potentially having to buy a Spectre for a friend. Like, that's such a weaker buy comparatively. And when your opponent already has full rifles and is now starting to hopefully get some momentum under him, you can't be playing around like that.
Yeah, you have to be able to match your opponent. If you know your opponent has all those rifles in hand, it's not worth it just to pick up a couple of shotguns or some SMGs. You're putting yourself at an immediate disadvantage, and that shock dart actually going to do a good chunk of damage over onto the Reyna. But, you know, Reyna has the ability to heal themselves back up. If granted they're able to find these kills, Daggle actually going to find the entry onto Swiggy, and that signals the go. Everyone pushing onto this like easy money, able to grab a kill onto Hoplite. They push through this cage. Surge watching Lamp. The sun come through and they push us together. Surge gonna drop Spaghetti. Dimp's trading out Daggle, and Aussie's trying to overwatch. Looking into heaven, they see the Cypher's silhouette up there, but not able to connect the shots just yet.
They already popped the Empress. Surge is not playing around right now. Only needs it for the one kill, but UTSA, every time they get an ultimate, they're just ripping it. Like we saw King run it back in the round before that, just to find out the maximum information possible. And then that round there was 4v2, but they're just like, no, don't play around, get the round win, spend it, you can get more.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, you know, being down, you have to do everything you can to get these round wins, to bring yourself back, keep it at a 3-3. And I also want to know if you saw Purdue's scoreboard there, they are hurting in terms of weaponry. I saw a judge, some pistols even. So UTSA winning that round, pushing all the limits, using everything they can. It's paying off already, and the round hasn't even started.
Yeah. I mean, if you can force the opponent onto, you know, a scuffed buy, force them to make an awkward situation, it does hopefully give you a free round. You know, if you do get thriftied, something went horribly wrong then. It does happen, but yeah, they definitely don't want to see that. Oh man, what a shot.
Beautiful shot. Just saw the tip of the hair there, and the 4v5 altered, though. I don't think they know that he's here. Has the shotgun in hand. A couple shots coming up. Gonna jump and drop easy money. Looking for a second. Playing peekaboo over that little ledge there and getting away with their life. 24 health remaining.
That's pretty insane. We do see some damage coming back as well. Surge forced a pistol altered. Spike is going down. It's still 3-on-3. We do see Purdue's Empress gone after being popped. The long-range fight not going to go over to Swiggy. And now it's just poor Spaghetti. Feeling weak, knees heavy, falls down. Mom Spaghetti. It is going to be a third round on the board for UTSA.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of mentioned at the start of that round, it's kind of a free round for them at that point. You know, they have the full rifles, and Purdue, they were mixing and matching. They went to the thrift store, picked up whatever, if you can even call them, guns that they could find, and tying it up 3-3 overall. But this allows Purdue to come back. They saved their money a little bit. Now it's a full rifle round for them as well. And we have to see if UTSA can pull the lead here.
Oh boy, operator on the easy money. Nobody's peeking that long though. They do not want to risk it. They do get a little bit of a push through that. Huka just trying to get some information. They're using the Owl drone through the teleporter once again, and this is a very slow round from UTSA.
Yeah, I think they're able to recognize that Purdue is back on these rifles now. It's not going to be a walk in the park like the previous round was, where you can kind of assume that they're sitting on SMGs. You hear they run it back, use it. They push it up, and it pays off because Dimp, that aggressive push, finds Daggle and Hookah, and then moves back under the little ledge there. And Surge grabs that ultimate point, but they're still playing it slow. I mean, it's even harder now that you just lost a member.
Yeah, and I believe they would have heard that orb there as well, so they do know at least somebody was long. They will definitely take that kill and feel pretty good about it. And look at this, we're still not seeing a call coming out yet from UTSA. They do... Oh man, they're actually forcing the rotate. Holy
30
moly.
seconds left.
The spike is completely on this A site though.
Yeoman gonna stick around just in case. Smart call from Purdue. They know they haven't fully confirmed it. King's gonna push around after stunning Swiggy, and Purdue immediately on that rotation as the members of UTSA grabbed that teleporter, and now they're on the A site as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a hard retake situation. It's still 4-on-4, but that operator makes it 3. easy kill there for Easy Money, and we are gonna have to see them fight through the rest. Surge healing up after kill 2. The operators, they know where they are. Can they still hit the shot? So they trade 1 for 1. Dimps on a triple kill. Needs to get the ace to win it though. I don't know if they're gonna be feeling it though. Look at that. They're just falling back already, recognizing not enough time, and that is gonna be a 4th round in a row for UTSA.
4 in a row indeed. I mean, had a bit of a rough start there, but pulling it back very quickly, very strongly. The spike explodes, creating that nice, beautiful black hole. And yeah, UTSA, for the first time, they have the lead, and that's after 4 in a row. So they gotta be feeling good right now.
Yeah, and that's the scare of the 3rd round gun round. It took till 4 this time because of that 2nd round bye. It is pretty abnormal. But hey, as soon as the attacking side gets a little bit of momentum and starts really feeling themselves, it can be so difficult to halt it. They can feel so strongly about their types of attacks, and they're ready to just click heads, run onto the site, and there's nobody that can stop them, right? Like, this is, look, they're already past the smoke. They did not care about it. Everybody's past that smoke and in a position to fight.
Liggy though, no, never mind. Not able to save that as King's gonna drop him with the help from Surge. And fortunately, Surge didn't grab that kill themselves, so they can't heal up quite yet, but may have an opportunity here as the Sova pushes up, but the spray is not there, and instead the shotgun blast to the face will do it as 2 members push through with the shotguns, trying to save this round, and King's finding 3 already. Looking for the possible ace here as the last 2 members are not alive anymore. Daggle's gonna find 1, and both headshots. Beautifully done. 16 health, and didn't even need it.
A full house is definitely worth it, though. Might not be the ace, but hey, you can still win a good hand with that one. And 5. 5 in a row. It has to stop at some point, right? Like,
I mean, does
there
it?
has. Well, the halfway point hard ends it.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I guess unless they went pistol, in which case they started up again. But yeah, halfway point hard ends the attacker streak. I would think Purdue would be very happy to not go that way, but we'll have to see as they continue on trying to find something that works.
Doing what they can. I mean, their plans have worked very well so far for UTSA, and Purdue, they had a good start. They kind of fell off the rails here, but they can, just take a single round back in their favor, get that economy better, and they can start to control the pace of the game. Easy Money pushing this owl dart through, going to get caught up in the tripwire, so they can safely pass through there for now.
They are going to have to fight through these smokes, though. These cyber cages. There's only 2 members here, and this is not looking like it is going to be the same fake that we saw earlier. But maybe if they feel good about it, they'll take this teleport, but the run it back onto the site is just annihilated by Aussie. And they're trying to force their way through, but these cyber cages still doing a good job to keep the round safe. They cannot get much back, though. Spike's already down, and Purdue completely blocked out of the site, but the Hunter's Fury are going to rip, going to take down King. Dimp picks down Daggle, excuse me. And it is just now an even better situation for Purdue.
Yeah, the spike is still ticking. The opposing Hunter's Fury gonna rip through all of them, finding 1, not able to grab the 2nd kill, but a lot of damage done. Recon dart will fly through. Hope to reveal someone. Easy Money sees 1 through the scope, but not able to grab that kill. The recon bolt does drop. The shock dart's going through. And the Brimstone ultimate will take out Hoplite for a triple of Aussie, and yeah, that will do it.
Oh boy, everybody loves the good old orbital strike in a molly play. That's a real feels good, man. But it started off so strong on the retake from Purdue. They were able to get a couple quick kills, trying getting through that choke point of that B door, and it just didn't work out for them. The counter Hunter's Fury did so much damage to the team, taking down 1 member, bringing multiple down below half HP. That just stalled out so much that even without the orbital strike, I think they would have been fine. They probably could have just mollied it, I think.
I think so. Playing it safe, though. I mean, like you mentioned earlier, UTSA, when they have those ultimates, they do not hesitate to use them, and it's worked out so far. Surge somehow able to win that fight onto Hoplite as Daggle takes down Spaghetti.
I know exactly where you
Surge now running through the smoke, trying to find the rest of the members, but their team is just taking them out for them.
They're just gone. Surge having the knowledge there. Here's the ton of footsteps, but they're just like, nope.
Yeah.
You guys can have the A site. I'm just gonna try and stay alive.
And Dim said, I finally got a Spectre again, and I'm not gonna lose it, but interesting play here. Gonna look for this Raptor. Arena's about to peek, sees the shoulder, sees the face. Not able to take Daggle down with them, but taking one member down off of UTSA, that's better. You know, having 3 alive versus 4 alive. But I mean, the economy is just so strong now. 7 wins in a row. They have no trouble full buying back again.
No, I mean, even Easy Money's capped out at the 9K point. Well, that means they haven't bought any abilities yet, right? Yeah, they haven't bought any abilities. So, but even still, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you could buy 1 and like 3/4 of an operator and still have like money left.
Yeah.
So they're feeling really good about their chances here in the first half. I mean, they've already won the half at that 7-point. Huge flash there. Altered's going to pick up Surge. Here comes the Neural Theft, and they all know everybody's position now. Everybody's over here on that B site. The run it back, the Empress, everything being used now.
Taking cues from UTSA. Spaghetti drops King.
Oh, no.
Daggle has a chance. Crosshair's
Daggle.
not where it needs to be. Sees him jump through the Empress, but oh, never mind. Still able to grab that kill. I played a little bit of a misplay there.
That's heartbreaking.
Still trying to make this B play. Not allowing Purdue to fully rotate, but will grab themselves that teleporter. As Aussie's pushing us fast. Baggity going to drop. Start step. Yeah. But Sliggy is there to stop it.
I have the spike.
Operator on Easy Money. They do need to get the spike down. There's still 30 seconds, though. They have some time to play with. Daggle's looking the wrong way. Altered's going to take him out. And now it's a 2-on-1. It is just Easy Money left. Picked up the Vandal to make sure they stay alive, but that Cyber Cage going to let them know a little bit. Oh, there's even still a camera here. Oh, boy. You'll love to see it.
It's going to be rough. 14 seconds, able to peek around that corner and drop Dimp. Trying to get the pre-fire, but has to get this spike down. 7 seconds left in the round. Give themselves a little bit more time. 11 health is all that Easy Money has to work with, and if not enough, his Alter is pushed up. Getting a triple for that round, and going to give Purdue their first win in 7 rounds.
Yeah, I wonder what their money situation is going to look like, losing 4 members even though they win. I can't imagine it's going to be that amazing. It is last round of the half. They should have a full buy, no op. Actually, yeah, Hoplite should still be able to pick up armor. Yeah, look at that.
Gonna have to forego some
they didn't want
abilities,
flashes.
though. Yeah, and I mean, that's rough. I mean, yes, the game revolves around shooting your opponent, but not having the abilities, you know, especially on defense, to blind and stun and snare your enemies, it hurts a little bit. It's going to make it a little bit harder for Purdue to come away with this win, and I think they recognize that, so it's a pretty passive setup start of the round.
Yeah, and I think this is what we needed to see from Purdue. It just seems like UTSA is so online right now. They're hitting their shots. They're making everything count. You know, look at that. He gets a quick kill, immediate neural theft. Yeah, I don't know what the 2 HP. Oh, no.
Gonna need to 1-tap.
All right, he took him pretty close. He took him to half HP, but even still, 2 HP and a dream for Daggle there, making a really good showing here in the debut. Dimp's gonna go take a kill down, and it is traded back immediately by Easy Money. This B site is toast.
Toast indeed, and once again, Purdue is stuck in this predicament of trying to get through this choke point, and it's so difficult. You see it time and time again.
I think you Omen teleport safe long and try and make a push that way, but oh no.
Could be.
One enemy remaining.
He was tagged by the dart.
They're pushing around, gonna see Sova, but Spaghetti, Baggity, a little bit quicker there. They know he's pushing through here now, and Easy Money with the operator is gonna miss the first shot, but a little for kill as Aussie's gonna rain fire from the skies and drop him. I mean, it's the last round of the
Switching
half. You
sides.
can throw that one away. Secure yourself to
Yeah.
kill. You don't want to leave it up to any chance, you know?
Yeah, plus, it looks cool.
It does
So,
look very cool.
8-4 at the half. Everything going UTSA's way. They are now on the defensive side, however. So it is going to be Purdue's chance to set the pace of the game. They were a bit on the back foot a lot of the first half. Now is their chance to push through and, take advantage of their time.
Yeah, I think I feel like they have a very good offensive composition here. Altered, with that you can set the tripwires behind you, make sure you're not going to get flanked, use the camera to try and peek onto the site. And
Revealing area.
between Phoenix and Reyna and Omen, you're going to be able to stun, or it's not stun, blind the majority of the defensive team here if you use them properly. Altered getting pushed through bathroom, gonna trade 1-for-1.
Take flight.
Typically, a 1-for-1 trade wouldn't benefit the defenders. It just leaves up so much room for odd numbers to hit a site. And I think
Right
UTSA is willing to risk that because of how on point their shots seem to be.
Yeah.
And look at this. It's 2 members here. The teleport play forcing 4 onto 2. And even with the tripwires, this is going to be scary.
Him pushing up, blindly firing through that smoke, gonna throw the stun out. Blinds Daggle, but Daggle has the shots there and finding another one onto Hoplite. Spaghetti trying to hold the site, but just like that, he's the only one here.
Yeah, and now they know where he is. There's no chance to get this plant down. All right, maybe I spoke too soon. Spaghetti trying to make this round a
30
thing,
seconds left.
but it is not looking good. 2 HP, stuck between a rock and a hard place, and that is going to be Aussie taking the kill. And all right, pistol win for UTSA. It's feeling pretty good.
That's very good. I think that is really just in part to they've been feeling themselves for 7-8 rounds in a row almost, and their hands are so warmed up and they're feeling so confident that these shots are almost becoming second nature. When you really start to feel yourself and you kind of like get into that flow, that state of just complete confidence in your own abilities, and you can just take these fights every day. And I think they're just doing so well right now that it's going to be really hard for Purdue to knock them off of that stride.
And what's concerning is that this is Purdue's self-acclaimed best map.
Yeah.
And so if they're getting a type of scoreline like this on their best map, it does worry me as we head into map number 2, which is Split, which really can be a meat grinder.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to see these teams perform better on their own map pick. And I talked about earlier how you practice a map enough and you start to get very good at it and you get used to playing on it, and then you pick it in tournaments and it should be a free win at this point, but they're struggling right now against UTSA. Surge on the backside. Once this smoke dissipates, we'll have a nice couple kills waiting for them. It will drop and actually not able to grab anything as Swiggy was the pistol gonna drop Surge. Instead, Aussie finds a nice double kill using that Bulldog, and Dimp is now the last member for Purdue. Spike has not been planted.
Nice little peek coming out from Daggle, just ripping Dimp's head off. The upgraded weaponry there for UTSA, just doing a ton of work, tons of production coming out there. We're heading into the last couple rounds of the game, actually.
Yeah.
And so economy starts being that much harder to manage. When you only have 2 rounds left and you're thinking, oh man, do I buy this round or do I buy next round? Do we just sacrifice this round to get an extra rifle or maybe an operator in the final round of the game? And right now we're seeing them full buy. There was a Guardian purchased as well, which that's a bit of a head scratcher. I don't know if it's necessarily the best gun to be picking up in this scenario.
It's not bad by any means. I mean, it's still able to put out some nice damage, and if you've practiced with it and you feel comfortable on those one taps, then go for it. But if it's not a gun you're used to, it can definitely be hard to find these kills with, and they're just trying to force it right now. They want to try and keep this alive for as long as they can, and Aussie gonna jump shot with the classic. And I mean, that just shows how confident and almost cocky they're being here.
And they're just getting so much vision out of easy money recon bolts, and there's just no movement. Like, it's 40 seconds left and it's still 5-on-5. Like, that is absurd, and it puts so much pressure onto Purdue to actually make this execute happen. And you can see them, multiple members stacking up here, smokes going out, but look at how easily UTSA is just pushing through. Dim's gonna get the first kill onto the site, but Daggle's already forward of the smoke and able to get one before going down.
Spike does go down, the rotate
Out of charges.
now coming through, and we see UTSA able to get through that choke point pretty easily thanks to the smoke surge. Gonna steal the site, take down the other ranges, look around that corner, try to get a team shot down, and everyone's just dropping from Purdue here. Hoplite with that Guardian, grabbing one from up there, and Surge gonna hit him through the wall, but CORSAIR's gonna find the final kill, and Purdue's gonna grab themselves a round one, keep themselves alive. They lost a lot of weapons, but getting the round win, they should have almost enough credits for an entire full buy. They may have to do some quick math in their head, decide if the gun's more important than the abilities. And UTSA, 3 members on 0 credits. Easy money with an operator in no armor.
Oh no.
Oh, might undo that though, as they realize it probably wouldn't be too smart, but
I don't know about that one. I think keep the operator on defense and give your buddy the Spectre. Man, that's tough. Because King now removed from the round. He was the one they were juggling for.
yeah.
And now you're operatorless. I think I would have liked to see them actually all in and risk it on that big rifle. You know, they are getting caught out here, but it's already sight gone. And you can see that the rotation's a little reluctant from UTSA.
Yeah, they are committing. Daggle's in such a great spot right here. No one from Purdue has any idea that they're there. Oh, what a tap on the Dimp, and Swiggy's going to respond very quickly to drop him. Surge pushing through with the team, able to find these kills one after the other. Now it's a 1v1.
Pros don't fake, just gonna hold that for the stick, and that is gonna be a defender round win. Surge recognizing how far away they were, had the time, had the nerves of steel to stick it, and just everything coming up defense.
Yeah, I mean, if Altered had pushed forward a little bit sooner, it could have stopped the defuse, but I mean, in that situation, you have no idea if they're really gonna stick it or if that was a complete fake, and tried his best, got the kill in the end, so that is useful. You can see UTSA, it's their turn to be struggling right now on these, you know, these half-off buys and trying to do the quick math in their head, and Purdue feeling very comfortable with their arsenal right now.
Revealing area.
We are going to see the operator now in the hands of easy money. This was such an early buy on their attacking side, and they never lost it.
Yeah.
From round 4 forward, he had the same operator, which is just frankly absurd. And so they are going to be playing it very safe once again, you know, not forcing anything, not trying to, you know, over rotate. Oh no, just barely seen by the tip of the cufflink. That's a tricky camera. I like that camera.
Yeah, it's very nice. Easy money holding this angle.
Joke's over.
Waiting for Spaghetti to push forward, and King gonna run it back, jump up into Hookah. They knew there was at least one person there. Sees the cage, gets thrown, pushing, trying to take those shots through the wall, but not enough time left, and gonna pop back onto site as Easy Money is still just holding this angle relentlessly. Gonna throw the owl drone to check bathrooms.
But they're not coming from bathrooms. They're all on this A short, and the collateral coming out from Surge. Easy Money's cleaning up what's left, the table scraps, if you will. Gonna miss that second shot, but I don't think it matters. There it is. Only one member left, and Surge has a good read on where they are. King's gonna pick up that hoplite straggler, and oh no, it's map point for UTSA.
And to win that on Flawless is huge. I mean, Easy Money keeps the operator able just to grab some armor for themselves. King can keep the Phantom. Obviously, with a Spectre in hand, it could opt to keep that or upgrade it to a rifle. And Surge and Dago are in similar situations where they have the ability to really kind of pick and choose right now. And Purdue, they're on mostly a full buy, but they need to take this match if they have any hope of taking this map one for themselves. They're on match
Need
point, so they
7
have
in
to
a
play
row.
this carefully. Yeah,
They
7
need
in a row, man.
7 in a row to bring it to sudden death. Here comes all the ultimates. Double Empress. Run it back popped as well. Hoplite trying to get through the onslaught of bullets. He's going to be able to survive into U-Haul, but the smokes are clearing up so much damage. That is going to be a molly kill for Ozzy. Going to drop the spike as well, and this is not looking good for Purdue. It's already a 5-on-3. Spike's not down yet. They do not have any real estate on this site.
None at all. The Hunter's Fury going to come through. Will do a bunch of damage and allow King and Surge to grab these kills. Hellfire raining from the sky, and Surge just runs right through it. No care in the world. Still with 53 health. That's more than enough to take down Altered as he tries to get away. And UTSA was a dominant, I think it's an understatement, performance here. 13-5.
Yeah, and I know that I said that was Purdue's self-acclaimed best map. But if I was reading the information correctly, I believe UTSA actually picked that map away from Purdue, which is maybe why we have that split second map. And you guys could see there on the screen, we're having a little bit of server trouble trying to get to the end match score line. But Hawks, you were right. Just absolute dominance coming out from UTSA there. I don't have any other words for it. They won 7 in a row on the first half. They lost one and then just ran it back. And it was over from that point forward. I don't think, did Purdue win a round in the second half? Yes, they won one.
Yeah. I mean, it's so tough. I mean, UTSA, they have such a gigantic momentum pushing them forward after the first half, and when you're in that situation as Purdue, it's hard not to feel down on yourself. When you're thinking mentally, dude, they just won 7 in a row, like, you got to do something, but you're forcing yourself to do something, so you're not really just playing the game. You have too much on your mind. You're getting a little bit anxious. You're getting nervous, and that affects your shots. It affects your calls. It affects your everything about the game, and it's hard not to let that happen. But if you're Purdue, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, and as we head into the second map, I am curious what their mental state's going to be like. They are going to have to, shamble it together, make sure they can come out strong on this map number 2, and try and at least bring this to a draw to keep themselves in the standings. If they do give up this next map, it is going to set UTSA up to 3-0-1, which is a really good scoreline to have 4 weeks in.
Yeah, I mean, we're only in the 4th week, and 3-0-1. I mean, they're proving they have what it takes to be at the top of the group here of everyone in this league. And with performances like that, 13-5 we just saw, I don't see them losing maps anytime soon. I mean, Purdue, they could be the first here to kind of tell UTSA to put the brakes on and slow down. You're getting too confident in yourselves. You are not immortal. You can bleed. You can lose these maps. You can lose these rounds. And man, I don't know. We'll have to see how we do on split. I think Purdue is picking defense first. Split is a primarily defense-sided map, so that could give them the advantage in the first half, but they're going to have to continue that into the second.
Yeah, and so as we head into a break, I do want to give a shout out to all of our wonderful sponsors. Corsair giving us the best peripherals available, making sure that we can click heads as smoothly as possible. Obviously, Rogue Energy giving us the beverages we need to stay up late night gamer hours, hanging out with the buds, and making sure that everybody's having a great time. New esports apparel keeping us nice and clean and fresh, making sure we don't smell in the morning when we wake up. And obviously, Great Lakes Gaming Lounges for all of our Valorant weekend needs, Saturday day tournaments. Every Saturday they have the Radiant Arena. It is a pay to enter, win cash, money event, and it's such a great time. You get to see our lovely mugs every Saturday as well, and you will recognize the teams, you will recognize the players, and it really is a great time. And they're actually hosting a specialty charity event October 25th. All proceeds will be going to benefit the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. So always a good cause. Be sure to check out the information there and support all of the events and all of the partners here with us today. And for that, we are going to take a short break. Stay tuned. Don't touch that browser, and we'll be right back.
Could feel the same. I lay lost you inside my mind. We would dance the night away to the morning light. Can I give you all of my love till we dance the night away? Can I give you all of my love till we dance the night away? And we give you all my love, all my love, all my love. And we give you all my love, all my love, all my love. Yeah, yeah. And we give you. So good in the morning light, reflections in my mind. Missing the fights, I don't care if I'm right. Let's just buy a bit more time. I live alone with you inside my mind. We would dance the night away till the morning light. Can I give you all of my love till we dance the night away? Can I give you all of my love till we dance the night away? And we give you all my love, all my love, all my love. And we give you all my love, all my love, all my love. Yeah, yeah. And we give you.
Are you tired of playing online tournaments for no glory and fake online trophies? How about you start playing for a little bit of glory with GLG? Not only do we host real prize pool tournaments, we professionally broadcast them live on Twitch.
As Beefcake really can't find anything. Hydro finds two through the flash. Can he find the third? This offshot's gonna miss. He finds the three. He finds the fourth. Hydro is on fire. This man is putting his team in the backpack to try to win this tournament.
We've got casters, highlight videos,
Oh! Sweet Pea with the blind shot!
player features, the whole shebang. Are you ready for your little bit of glory?
Welcome back, everybody, to the CEA Thursday night Valorant series. We do have still UTSA versus Purdue matching up for you tonight. It is a best of 2, and we saw UTSA on a very, very dominant map 1 on Bind. I'm the Doctor, joined on my right by the lovely Hawk's Nest from his wardrobe, and we do have map number 2 coming up. Hawk, we do have Split. Not your typical map. I want to remind everybody this. We haven't seen this in quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, Split has kind of been. It's fluctuated in popularity. I think everyone absolutely hated it when it first came out. There was a couple of issues, and they did update the map to sort out some of them. You know, it was way too defense sided when it first came out. They've made some adjustments, so it's not as strong, but I mean, it's still there. So teams kind of opt out of it because it doesn't seem to be as fair for the attacking side. But we are seeing it tonight. It was Purdue's pick after UTSA stole away their bind pick for the first map, and they're choosing defense first, which is what you want to do if you're picking this map. But you got to see them come away from the first half with a big lead if they're going to have any chance in keeping that alive in the second on attack.
Yeah, this is definitely a map where you need to get, into that 8-9 defensive spot, if you want to stay strong in the second half of the map. And if what we saw shot-wise coming out from UTSA happens again in map number 2, I don't even know if that'll be enough. I'm going to be completely honest. UTSA just ran through Purdue every time they went to take a site. I would like to see some agent change ups. We did see, a lot of duelists and a lot of smoke plays coming out, but there wasn't that much on Purdue's side to retake in situations. Like once they lost the site, they didn't really have a good percentage of getting back into the site. And so I don't know if that was necessarily the agents. I would like to see some agent changes, but maybe they need to be more stalwart on the initial defense, right? Like maybe try and shut it down instead of falling back for retake.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a mix of both. We do see the lineups, and Purdue picking up the Killjoy and the Cypher on defense. And I mean, that goes to show they understand how the defense for Split is going to need to be played here. And UTSA, I think they're keeping it the same. And we'll have to see as we load in here onto the map if all these overlays are entirely correct. If someone made some last minute switches. But I mean, I'm liking the Purdue lineup right here so far.
Yeah, I think the Killjoy versus the Cypher is pretty good. Having access to that ultimate can really set you up for these retake situations. And you still get a lot of that similar lockdown scenario. You don't gain the same amount of vision, obviously, because Tripwire's highlighting people, Dart's highlighting people, the Cage's hoping to shut some people out. Versus the trigger bot, the nano swarm to really hopefully block a site or open up a corner. But overall, I think the ultimate on this map makes it a worthwhile pick.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, both these sites are kind of wide open, and if you're able to throw that Killjoy ultimate down near the middle of them, I mean, you're forcing everyone out, and if they're forced out from their 1 or 2 positions that they can use to hide, there's nowhere else for them to go, and they're in plain view. And hopefully your teammate can sweep up and clean up at the end of it and take yourselves around. But we'll have to see, if they can work that sort of communication and that teamwork in. If Altered can say, "All right, I have my ultimate. I'm going to drop it. Be on the lookout." And hopefully the rest of Purdue can hear that, notice it, and be ready to watch these rotations come out of the area.
And so as we head in, once again, it is going to be Purdue on the defense, UTSA on the attack. And it does look like we are going to be getting the breach. I've spoken about it for weeks on end. This agent is busted.
Yeah.
Triple flash, the fracture, the thunder on the ultimate. It's so good. It's very expensive though, having played it recently. Very expensive, but it has so much utility to offer, so much sight denial, and so we are onto the map now. We are hoping to get a little bit more vision here as the teams are starting to face off. Still nobody having gone down just yet.
Playing it somewhat slow. I mean, we're all stacked up to push onto A, but no one really making the first move there. I think UTSA is a little wary. They're not quite sure what they're getting themselves into. No one really got much vision of each other thanks to the couple of smokes blocking off everything. And King kind of rotating through to the middle of this map. This is usually where the meat grinder, as you called it, starts to happen. And as they peek around this left side, they're gonna see Dimp, who's able to grab one, throws that flash out, stays alive. Swiggy on the other side getting pushed by the rest of UTSA and will get stunned up as the push comes through. Easy money. Gonna find the first one.
30
Aussie
seconds left.
right behind, drops Hoplite, and Alter's now left alone on this A site while 4 members UTSA start to make this push. Daggle drops down and drops Altered. Dimp on the rotation up in through heaven, but won't be able to take down Easy Money. And it's a 1v4 now. Health bars are looking low though for UTSA.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be one headshot here or there, but I think he got dinked through the smoke, taking him so low. King's able to close out the round there. 4 members alive.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, man. That's a good start.
Yeah, it's a great start for UTSA. I mean, on the side of Purdue, kind of almost worst case scenario. I mean, you have all these bonuses just for being on the defense side. You have all these agents that should be able to hold down these sites pretty well, and only one player finding a kill for Purdue that round.
That means that they're not living the lavish life right now. We do see the fissure coming through, doesn't connect onto anybody, and so this is going to be a nice little fallback. Paranoia not going to connect either, but it's just Dimp in this heaven spot trying to fight against multiple members. Huge paint can coming out there as well. King rips the head off some Spaghetti onto the other half of the map, and this is now looking like another retake situation for Purdue.
Yeah, already you see UTSA up on that mini map, and on your screen now on the B site holding it down. Spike will get dropped, and Surge gonna hold it down with that stinger as Aussie does get dropped by Hoplite, but Surge triple looking for more as Dimp is now stuck back here. The sea of bullets his way. The paint can come through. Daggle's there to finish it off, and again UTSA just waltzed onto the B site. Almost no opposition there. Dropped the spike, and Purdue just has no idea how to get that retake started.
And the stinger play that we've been seeing these last couple of weeks is just nuts. Like, it's so good. Like, they're so willing to just throw their body into harm's way with this stinger and coming out ahead more often than not. And it's just nuts. Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I think, yeah, I mean, like you said, they're just willing to throw their body. They're not playing for KD. They're trying to get as much damage out as they can. I think that's just the play style of the stinger. You got to be willing to just walk into everybody and spray as many bullets as you can, because you're not going to get any sort of long-range engagements with that. Surge trying to prove it right here as Dimp's there to take down the one King. As the team push trades it out, Daggle finds Altered, and King gets taken down from behind. I mean, Killzer is going back and forth. Hoplite on that rotate all the way over by B side. Aussie gonna get caught out by the turret, but once again, UTSA on the site. Purdue looking to retake.
Yeah, and the Killjoy not left alive to pop those nano swarms, so those are going left unused. But look at this. I don't think they're willing to risk it. I think they're just going to hold on to the guns, fight for that, 4th round gun round potentially. And I think they're just looking to play some pick spoiler here. There's no reason to risk the guns unless you're super willing to risk the guns. Like, if you know that you're going to hit your shots and win this 2v3, then otherwise you just fall back. But they're so aggressive at heaven right now. They are going to get one, but potentially get traded is super high right now. Huge paranoia.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, halfway. Oh, through the blind, actually. Near the end of it, able to drop Aussie. 3 for them, but it's all for naught as UTSA find their 3rd round in a row. I mean, sure, only one player was left alive, but they've built up enough bank by this 4th round now that they can just full buy back, no problem. I mean, it's so hard for Purdue to find these rounds right now.
Yeah, and I don't know what the thought was there. Like, obviously the thought is take the guns out of their hands, but you can see how much they've risked by doing that, because UTSA still has a complete full buy.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, there's Buckies and Stingers on the side of Purdue.
And I mean, that wouldn't be awful if they were able to adjust their playstyle to suit those weapons, but not really making happen. Spaghetti does find one with that nice little one-way setup, but gonna get stunned here, and Purdue doesn't want to do too much with that. I mean, UTSA rotating back, and Purdue kind of started to rotate, but didn't want to confirm it, and Daggle on that big flank. Now we're going to use the neural theft to pick up the locations of everyone else. I don't know where he came from, but he's making it work, dropping Spaghetti as well, looking for a 3rd. Potentially is going to do it with a spray. And Daggle, I mean,
you madman. It's your first game here, and you're already doing this? Oh boy, is your career looking promising. They are going to get taken out by Altered's Bucky. Can they get more? The answer is no. And it's just one member remaining. They feel like they know where he is, because he almost gets hit by that fissure. But Daggle going for the 4K. Can they get this peak? Oh. They can. Holy moly, clip that.
Daggle was, I mean, the sole member of that round, making everything happen. 4K for them. 7-1 now, top of the leaderboard of the entire lobby, and he just kind of roamed around the map and killed everyone he saw.
Yeah, first of all, he was so deep in enemy territory there, and there was really no reason for them to expect him there. And like, he didn't make any noise. Yeah. He just got a full rotate through heaven. It had to be heaven because Killjoy was on site. So it, like, oh boy, that's insane.
Yeah. Purdue Hoplite grabbing the first one for that round as them and Dimp now have to back off and play their life as Surge's paint can go through. They will get revealed by the spy cam, and easy money here to keep everyone else at bay. The stun comes through. Dimp able to drop Surge, but the Showstopper was able to get launched through the air before their death, and trading 1 for 1 now. 4v3 Purdue with a man advantage for now.
Yeah, health bar not looking so great there onto one member, but they should have a decent thing here. Swiggy in a very crucial position here. If he gets taken out for free, there's not much left, and that's going to happen. Daggle hitting more shots, and it is now the Empress being popped here. Daggle, though, making sure that nobody's on the rope flank. The Nano Swarms could be huge here if Altered can stay alive. Just wait. They're both pops and no damage.
Just about scaring them a little bit. Sees Daggle up in heaven. Sees Aussie as well. 2 kills there. Now it's just 1 member left for UTSA. This could be Purdue's first round. The spike is dropped. I think they're pinging it on the map there, so they know. Up to easy money, and he can't make it happen. Hoplite's going to grab the last kill. That was a good round out of Purdue. We saw them wake up a little bit, I think, there in that round and secure themselves some good buys for this next one, but it was still pretty close. I mean, it was man advantage. They had 4-3, and it still felt like at any moment UTSA was just going to pull a triple kill out of the hat.
Yeah, I mean, Altered showing up once again. We saw some really good sparks from them in game 1. This game, it took them a couple rounds, but they're there. Getting a good showing there, you know, the double kill right off the bat to make it this really awkward 1-on-3 for UTSA. They made it work, and now they have to do that quite a bit more, as it does look like it's going to be another A take. This operator doesn't connect. Hoplite winning that before getting taken out by Daggle, the absolute showstopper in this series. And now the site is under assault. Don't peek that. Don't do it. You know you want to, but don't do it.
I would absolutely want to. No doubt in my mind, I'd be holding my hand like back, like I want to press that W key, but I really can't.
Tactical FPS are not for you W keyers out there. That's definitely some Warzone, some Fortnite, some Spellbreak. Valorant is not your W key.
Not at all. I mean, there's so much you have to think about. In every single one of these rounds, you have to check all these corners very, very carefully and slowly try to gather the information. It's just as much of a mind game as it is a point and click adventure
30
here.
seconds left.
30 seconds left. So the Omen teleport onto that A site very deep. Swiggy able to trade 1-for-1 though, which is huge right now. And they move on to this A site. The turret will be spotted.
Doing some good damage too.
Yeah. That Reyna on very low health.
10 seconds left.
Oh, they have to start this soon.
They are just barely going to get the spike down as well. 5 seconds left on the clock. Empress is still active. There is still opportunity for this round to go sideways for Purdue. Huge paranoia on the 2. Ozzy's going to pick up 1. Dimp takes it back, but it's still a 1-on-1. And Dimp wins the round, and that is going to be a second on the board for Purdue.
Absolutely huge right there. I mean, that's 2 in a row for them now, and they woke up. I mean, they are playing these rounds so much cleaner. They're not making these weird mistakes and these weird rotations, and their shots are slowly getting better. I think that first map for them, unfortunately, was just a little bit of a warm-up, and now Hoplite 7 and 4 feeling good about themselves. You still have Swiggy and Spaghetti, who I'd like to see perform a little bit better, especially Swiggy on that Omen could be such a turning point in these matches. But UTSA on a bit of a scuffed bye here. Gonna have to force this one through, and Purdue has an opportunity to make it 3 in a row.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get a warm-up map in a best-of-2. You need to come in hands hot, hands ablazing, just like that flash, ripping the team apart in favor of Purdue. They're going to get some damage down, but Ozzy takes the first blood of the round, and now they're on the retreat.
They're aggressively pushing through, going to get caught out by a bunch of damage.
That was friendly damage.
Half health, yeah. I think they saw the other Reyna just barely around that corner. They have a feeling there's going to be someone through, and looking at the minimap, everyone's just focused on the staircase right now.
Hoplite knows there's people watching it, makes a good amount of damage, gets a kill. All right, it's a good start.
Him finding one Spaghetti as well.
Multiple kills popping off the map. Here comes the neural theft from the attackers. They are going to get spotted out. Daggle gets tagged by the camera. So even though they know where people are, he's the only one left. Location revealed. Does hit the first shot. Can get more. Knows exactly where the teammates are, but is not ready for Hoplite. Picking up the 3K.
Beautifully done there. 3 in a row. Bringing it almost back to being a tied match right now. And Hoplite is putting the rest of the team on their back, especially with that 3K in the last round.
Yeah, you said you wanted some production coming out from the team. Definitely a good way to step it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously optimal to have every single player on your team just fragging out, and it's kind of unlikely to expect that. It's a little unreasonable to just hope that every single one of your players is going to be an absolute frag machine. So sometimes you've got to leave it to 1 or 2 players to really grab those frags, but everyone else has to act as almost like a bait stick and use your abilities to gather as much information and slow everyone else down as you can. And Purdue's doing a good job at that so far.
Stealing sight.
Swiggy feeling bold, looking to peek that with the paranoia. Doesn't find anything, just trades flash for flash there. But it's still slow play, like you said, coming from UTSA. They want to hold on to this lead. They don't want to give up too much, but they've gotten mid control every round, unless they win A.
I mean, that's partly in Purdue really isn't trying to hold it for themselves at this point. When the round starts, their positioning is nowhere near the middle of the map. The ultimate's coming through now, though. Altered, stuck, stunned, and blinded is Surge. Rip that one off
Very good.
Spike planted.
In a good
Very
position to
strong.
stop. Oh, but Hotplay's going to get him from around the corner with the Empress, the assist there. Easy money
to reload.
dropping 2 in the back, and Hotplay's going to shut them down. Swiggy's there to help.
Overheal in place, has a ton of HP left. It's still 2-on-2. They do have the Omen teleport. Daggle, though, in an amazing position to shut this round down. Can they get the shot? They can't. Hotplate's on a 3K. Can go for 4. It's only Surge left with 11 HP. They are trying to get the defuse in, and that's Hoplite with the 4K. 4 rounds on the board for Purdue. They're coming alive. They're coming for the neck, and they are looking to tie it up.
And I mean, this looks like their map pick, despite them saying that Bind is probably their best map. UTSA picks it, you would expect Purdue to just dominate on that one, but it was a different story. And now they have their map pick, and they're proving it right now in these last 4 rounds.
They'll have to keep it up. They are going to be heading into a short buy from UTSA, so this should hopefully be another secured round in their favor. Dim looking to get aggressive with it too. I love to see it. That's a deep flash. Fissure's not going to connect. Look at this, they're peeking through the flash, but that flash was early. Now he has to fall back.
First time they are being aggressive here. Dim trying to hold it down with the crossfire, able to drop 1, but Aussie and Easy Money finding themselves kills as they push through onto this B site. Super aggressive, fast-paced action.
They are going to steal away the guns.
There was the blinds out. Spaghetti's still able to take out Easy Money, and the Neuro theft in play. Now should find the rest, but it's not fast enough. King from behind able to get the Killjoy being dropped now, and 7 seconds until someone's going to get detained.
Oh, Daggle gets the headshot with the Sheriff. Pops on to the tripwire as well. But is this a pros don't fake?
Oh, no. You could
I
have
don't know if they got the half.
for it.
I think they did. They are going to win the trade. Altered should have it. They did get it to halfway. 5 rounds now on the board for Purdue. Like you said, Hawks, I think this is possibly much better than their bind map pick.
Yeah,
probably pick this one more often.
I think so. I mean, it's coming down right now to Hoplite, though. If Hoplite was not performing at this level and finding these 3Ks, these 4Ks, I think Purdue would have maybe 1-2 rounds under their belt right now. And Hoplite's just fragging out, so it's easy to get the win when there's no one to plant the spike.
Yeah, and even when they do get the spike down, it just seems to be in awkward situations lately. They did have some really good plans earlier, but they seem to be struggling a little bit.
I think both these teams are starting to warm up to this map too as well. You know, a little bit of some messy plays in the very start, but Purdue have solidified their defense here, and despite not really holding the middle of the map, they seem to be able to control it pretty well. You can see UTSA is grouped up there, but they're afraid to push. I mean, they can't tell if someone is actually there to hold that mid or not, so they don't just want to rush into it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's smart play. You know, even though you've gained it every single time, you're not always gonna gain it, and it only takes 1 bad round to really set you behind, either economically or just mentally. Showstopper not gonna connect. Paint can follow up though. Actually, all right, it connected a little bit. It did about half HP.
And the Omen to half fight is already under ladders.
Oh,
Taking out Surge, getting away with majority of their health. Armor kind of looking rough right now. Altered. Find King on the other side and will then in turn fall to Aussie. Easy Money and crew now moving on to the site as well.
Oh no, Swiggy had the shot but didn't believe. Daggle now coming out big. Dim's gonna stop the plant, but now finds themselves in a 1v2, a little bit low on HP. There's only 10 seconds left. Oh, needed to stay alive there.
Yeah.
5 up once again. This is looking to be a 6-6 half.
Very well could be. Looking at the economy right now, UTSA keeping 4 of their rifles. King should be able to grab themselves 1. Our teammate going to pick it up for them. And Purdue trying to decide if they want to buy this round or save it for the next and try and confirm that 6-6 half.
I think that's the better play, the 6-6 half, because even though it can backfire, you know, if you lose pistol and you fall too far behind, but I think going in 6-6 is much better than 7-5.
Absolutely. I mean, being tied at the half, a clean slate for everyone across the board. And as optimal as Dimps, that smoke falls in, he is just met with a firing range of UTSA. Hoplite able to run and gun down easy money, and Swiggy's been hiding behind the box the whole time, able to grab King and Aussie. The 3v2 right now, the health bars for Purdue looking a little bit worse for wear as UTSA and Surge from behind able to drop altered and rotating through.
This is still a 2-on-2. Spike is down and in control of Purdue. With 40 seconds left, these are some very, very long rotations coming out from UTSA. You know, these are almost what you would expect from teams that are saving. But it shows that they're playing to kill the 2 remaining members versus kill one and plant.
Yeah, they're setting up a very nice pinch right here. If they keep this going, Daggle, that smoke's gonna pop in his face, and Swiggy a triple with the shotgun. Surge, though, able to find Hoplite's face, looking for the last kill. 11 seconds left, could just save, but with a grenade! Predicting the teleport. 3 for Surge right there. I mean, my goodness.
That was so 5,000 HQ. So the paint can sound scared Swiggy into teleporting.
Yeah.
But because Surge didn't know exactly where Swiggy was, they just threw it deep. Swiggy was concerned they were throwing at them, and so teleported to dodge the grenade, not thinking they would throw it deep. The counter mind games.
A beautiful play right there. That's a clip if I've ever seen one. And UTSA have the round advantage for now. Purdue want to, as we mentioned before, tie it up to 6-6 at the half. Daggle using that cam in the mid to try and get some information. Spaghetti doing the same. King gonna pop that Empress, and Daggle and King peek together, and together they find 2 kills. Pushing forward now onto the site, stealing the site.
The neural coming through as well. They know exactly where he is. Surge gonna take down Spaghetti, and so now it's just a 2-on-5, and this is looking pretty dire for the squad of Purdue. They are gonna get 1 back, but they still need to retake. No point in saving, boys. It's the last round in the half. They need to push on through, and it looks like they are gonna be doing it together.
Do or die time. The buddy system could prove to be what saves this round for them, is they can peek together and take these trades, these team shots. Be instrumental. Daggle hears them, though. The turret will go down. And they're running out of time here. I mean, they need to make this push, and they need to make it now. They know someone's up top, gonna get stunned up. Aussie from down below can't see anything as they peek out, but at this point, there's no time left in the round. Alter does find one. Hoplite finds another. They find the triple. Daggle gonna be the one to finish it off, and Hoplite grabs the kill, but just moments before the spike goes off, and UTSA going up 7-5 at the half.
Gonna be honest, I didn't know Wraith form made you invincible to the spike. That's good to know, I guess.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that either.
For those of you who want to play it risky at the end of a round and still be able to get away, that's pretty cool. And so now 7-5 half in favor of UTSA. It's not nearly as dominant as we saw in map 1. It is still a 1-half though, and so if they win this pistol, they're on a really high percentage chance to win the series here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it before the map started. If you're starting out split on defense, you wanna be the one with that 7-8 round in your favor, and Purdue, they couldn't find it. They are actually down at the half, but now's their chance to prove that they don't know how to attack on this map, and it starts through the mid.
This is looking pretty quick from the hands of Purdue. Much more initiative coming out than what we saw in the first map. They are still traveling as a unit, though. Huge flash coming out from King. They trade 1-for-1 and uses the Wraith Form to get out, but there are still more kills coming through. Surge picking up a huge double kill to deny the push. Now it's a 2-on-3. Spike still down, barely any HP left for Purdue. Hoplite on 11.
Yeah, gonna have to find a nice dink onto the head and hope to heal up afterwards, but it's a risky play. I mean, see, they kind of start to make this rotation over towards the A side. All the action was at B, so they're assuming UTSA is rotated there, but you can see on your minimap, UTSA, they're on the same page. They feel like the rotate to A is gonna be the plan, and they're watching their back.
Yeah, they're trying to make sure that they don't get
30 seconds left.
flanked on. They don't mind giving up the site, and you're seeing how much time is being used here by Purdue to make sure that there isn't a straggler on this site, and it's almost like the rotate should come through from UTSA already because of how slow it is. They are going to have to come in with a full retake, which allows Purdue time to set up and time to, lay their tent spikes in. That's it. That's what Hoplite needed.
Yeah, grabbing the kill, not healing up though. They broke the line of sight. I think maybe a little bit of health has been generated, but not enough. Daggle's gonna grab this Bagby on the flank though. One shot's all he needs, and he can find it. A clutch indeed. 6-7 now. Purdue gonna grab one for themselves, and they're one closer to tying it up once again.
Yeah, that was a good, strong pistol round from them. They took an awkward situation and made it work. The refusal to rotate from UTSA almost was their downfall, right? Like, you don't need 3 members on a single site in that situation. They could have very easily sent 1 member over to that A site just to double check, be like, hey man, I'm not really hearing anything here. Let me see what's going on here on the other side. But they are going to go down around, and look at this. They didn't buy up too much, and it is going to be another slow round coming out from Purdue. They want to make sure that they can get, hopefully somebody to push forward aggressively. That camera, super well placed. It's in the rafters.
I don't even know how Hoplite saw that. I absolutely didn't. We're going to take it out. Take that tracking dart off, and the rest of the team pushing onto this A site. There's no one here for UTSA to stop them for now, and they're gonna have to retake this site. We'll have to see if Purdue can set up these nice post-plant positions. Everyone just kind of hanging out on the back of the site for now.
Yeah, not amazing for this reason.
Oh my!
That is exactly why you don't necessarily want to just 5-stack the site. But now Hoplite's in a pretty good position to play spoiler. Could get flashed up here, but there's not a whole lot on the side of UTSA that could stop them. But Dimp just big manning it on the side, able to take down 2. And Ozzy is shortly behind him. Daggle's going to take out Hoplite. And so now this is looking very scary. This is looking much closer than Purdue would have liked.
There's no time to defuse. He's going to get away with his life. His easy money dies, and that's kind of best case scenario there for the end of the round for Purdue. I mean, Swiggy stays alive and UTSA member will drop. But
be able to
or go ahead.
I was gonna say, costing that round or rifle does make it a little bit more difficult, but it does look like they're gonna full buy anyway.
Both teams actually gonna be able to grab themselves these full buys and tie it up 7-7. I think that's a smart decision. If you can be the first one to take this lead, then the other team's economy has to be in a similar position to yours. So you can kind of guess, how many credits each player is going to have. And if both teams full buy, the team that comes ahead, if you can keep a good amount of your players alive at the end, you're going to be able to accelerate that lead very quickly in terms of the economy.
And this is the round to do it on. Already starting off very slow once again. Purdue trying to buddy system it up a little bit, but they are going to get caught out, flashed out, and This could be bad. This is the Operation Meat Grinder in effect, but they're just running right through it. They're made out of steel wool. They do not care about those blades, and they are already onto the site. Aussie looking to catch their fellow Omen, caught unawares, but they are going to peek out slowly, waiting for everybody to peek out. Overheal coming on through. The lineup is there, but he can't hit it. Aussie going to go down. Surge, the only one to trade back a kill. It's a 1-on-4. Surge stuck in this spawn on both sides, opens up a door and could escape, but they're just going to run right through it.
Wants to stay close to the site, is afraid of that staircase. I mean, that's a rough angle to be able to push forward through. You know, 2 members were up there in heaven. It's good on Purdue here to just not really move. Say that Hoplate's going to drop down and fall, giving Surge the ultimate, which won't do too much, and there's not enough time left, and Spaghetti's going to grab that one.
I'm not sure I quite agree with that showstopper,
Yeah.
Surge. I mean, the thought process was definitely, if this showstopper gets a kill, I can win the round, because then it's a 1-on-1. Barely enough time for a defuse in that situation. Or maybe they were just hoping that both members just happened to be there and got taken out.
Yeah. It could have. I mean, if both players were there, it would have been massive. I think Surge felt like they had to take that shot. They were in a similar situation to Aussie. I mean, you have an idea that there's so many people around you, but you don't know who to focus on, so you just kind of get lost and flop at the end there. And unfortunately, that's what happened if you're UTSA. Purdue loved that round for sure, coming out very far ahead there. And Dimp gonna find the opening kill. Surge gonna drop the judge kill for being taken out by Altered, and it's a 4v3. The neural theft comes through. Enemies gonna get revealed, and the squad pushes onto that B site in full force.
That shoulder peek was a little bit too long. Does get caught out. They do trade nicely with that judge, but hey, it's just a judge. Can't always win at that situation. King's gonna be able to trade up the Bucky for a Vandal. Upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. Still 2-on-4 though. This is, I don't know how you win this one.
I mean, you have to hope you can get a nice peek from heaven and grab a kill, and getting spotted out doesn't really help. Able to drop down though, but I mean, if they push forward, they're gonna get team shot from both directions. 2 players on either side, and there it is, Baggedy and Dimp finishing off the round, giving Purdue the 2-round lead now.
Yeah, this is looking so much better than their map one. They're feeling it. They're hitting their shots. They're making sure they're not taking awkward trades and losing, 2-for-1s, which is really important as we come into these super later rounds. And it's looking good. They are going to have to, fight into an onslaught of weaponry almost every other round from here on out, as this loss bonus has maxed out now. But I mean, if they can keep doing what they're doing, they're feeling pretty good about it. And look at this. They have 3 ultimates available in the Empress. The run it back already getting popped. Not going to find anything just yet.
A little bit of information gathered there, but not enough, as they only thought there was 1 player there. Aussie on the other side drops Wiggy. Altered finds one in return. Daggle holding down the garage area. Neural theft for them this time, and Easy Money knows one's down there, gonna throw as many stuns as they can out, and boy do they have a lot.
That's that breach buff, yo. They got 3 flashes now. It feels so much better. Spaghetti trying to clear out this heaven area. There is still 1 member left on the flank, and Surge gonna pick up a huge double kill and throws down the paint can, trying to pick up the 3rd. And now this 3-on-4, suddenly a 4-on-1, and it's just Surge to stop it. Altage going to pick up that kill and is onto the site, but there's still a member lurking here. Can they win the shot?
Will get Flash. Has the ultimate available. 8 bullets left in the clip. Going to throw half those down.
It's a
30 seconds left.
What do you do? You can kiss
Yeah.
it.
Oh
my gosh.
Lick and a half right there from Altered for a 3-piece. And rotating all the way back to B, you have 20 seconds left. Both members of UTSA on that A site now after the rotate came through there. The trap wire is going to put a bit of a wrench in the plan, but should have more than enough time to get the plant down.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate to run into that as you're trying to drop the sentry. Oh, I do love this. The ultimate coming out. Perfect timing. Does still need to stay alive for a little bit. Wait, I was gonna say, does it stop defuse? I imagine it does, but you can just shoot it. So why not? Finally, a round win for UTSA.
Cage trigger.
Yeah, they've been needing it for a while now, and finally able to take it. This map is so much closer than the previous one we just saw.
And you gotta be feeling good about that. If you're a Purdue fan, you know, you were feeling a bit shaken up after that first map. This map, much closer. They are gonna be coming into this round with an okay buy. All right, they found a rifle. All right, that's a good buy.
Yeah, that's pretty solid across both sides here, and we have to hope that UTSA can hold this, push back one more time. King finds the opening kill with the judge. That's a good start. If you're UTSA, you hear all the footsteps from Purdue pushing forward, so you're going to throw as many flashes as you can down that way and slow the assault down as the rest of the team starts to rotate through. King finds another with the judge.
What's worse about that is then you just instantly wraith form and you get out for free, and there's no harm, no foul. You're taking down members of the opposing team. Look at this. Dim finally going to get a kill back for the team, but Spike's down in a sticky situation, and they need to find a way to get through it. The Empress popped. I don't know if this is what they need. Those health bars are looking kind of low.
Kind of low, but they're making it work. King still in that same position with the judge surge, throwing some satchel charges. Slowing down the push. It will go off, and no one's there to eat any of the damage. Gonna throw another. They saw one member at the very least.
And these health bars are so low. King's looking for the ace. Could get, if they try and force through this A site, which they're running out of time to not do, King could just tear them apart. Like, they're going ropes to B, I guess. Oh boy.
That looks like the play. 15 seconds left, though. I mean, Dimp has Spike in hand, gonna be able to get onto site, but you're gonna have to insta drop this. The trap wire gonna slow you down, and they know where you're trying to plant it. They can see it, and shot through the box will cancel that one out, and UTSA get themselves a free round right there.
Yeah, once Purdue lost those first two members, they looked so out of sorts. You know, I don't know if they just weren't expecting the judge play or if they just didn't know how to handle it at that point, because the judge created such map denial in the sense that, like, you no longer can go that tunnel at all until you can either kill them or, you know, smoke them out, molly them out, whatever it is. And they just didn't have the tools anymore. And so they stalled out super hard. They weren't able to even get to the other site. You know, the tripwire, you know, let them ping the camera, which then pinged the dart, which gave them the wall bang. Like, everything just falls apart at the end there.
Yeah, Purdue with another attempt at the middle control and surge. Gonna spray down hot plate. No abilities left for surge other than the ultimate, and none will be able to be used. Aussie finds use in the judge as well, but Dimp will trade them out, and Purdue now has control over the mid, but at the cost of 3 of their players, and now they're going to get pinched from the rest of UTSA unless they move quickly onto this B site.
They need to take out Daggle first, though.
Man.
He is not giving up control of this game. I cannot think of a better debut for this player.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it very clearly has put their time into this game and has practiced everything they need to practice. 20 and 13 here in the second map, and trailing just behind Surge by a single kill. I mean, Katie's a little better. You've only died 13 rounds, but an absolute phenomenal performance here out of Dago. And I mean, really UTSA as a whole.
This goes here.
And I mean, they're double digits. Like, they're coming together. They're making things happen as a squad. And I'm curious what happened to Purdue, right? Like, they had everything going for them. They had everything on their side. They were hitting shots. They were, you know, overrunning bomb sites. They were really making sure that things were going their way. And now UTSA woke up. They're hitting their shots. They're just denying so much movement around the map. And I don't know what changed.
I mean, I'm really not quite sure either. Surge with the showstopper just narrowly making it through that little crack. And yeah, he really just, I mean, I love seeing raises that clearly just have put so much time into the agent and know all the ins and outs. They know all these crazy angles. And like, I never would have been able to pull that showstopper off through that tiny little crevice, but he makes it work. He grabs a kill, and it starts off the round beautifully for them. And Purdue trying to make this push, but they can't.
And that's a solo push. They don't get any help there. You know, they don't get a trade back. Aussie's still able to hang out in this heaven staircase with no fear of retribution. King's just running through, has no care, shoots the alarm bot, and just keeps pushing forward. Like, there is no fear and no respect coming out from UTSA right now.
And I mean, I think when you're in this position, it works. Even King is the bottom fragger right now for UTSA in this map, but still has so much confidence. You know, he's not thinking, oh, I'm only, 10-5. I should probably just hang back and let my team carry me. The mentality is, no, I'm just as good as the rest of my team. I can make these plays, and I'm not going to hold myself back from the potential to have this play. And that is a great mentality to have if you have the gun skill and, the communication to back it up. And I think UTSA kind of has it all.
Yeah, and it seems to be almost a step above what Purdue's offering at the moment. We are going to see another hard mid push, but this is just a straight up rush. Look at that. They're able to trade back 2 for 1. Surge comes out way ahead, but the rest of the team showed up, and that is going to be quickly a round 1 for UTSA. 12 on the board, map point, set point. This is the game. This is the round to make it 2-0.
Yeah. I mean, that was probably one of the quickest rounds I've ever seen in Valorant. Everyone from Purdue just walked up. Surge grabs one with the Phantom, throwing the grenade out, trades that out, and the immediate help there from the rest of UTSA, immediately pulling up on that spot, it just cleans up the rest of Purdue, and that just shows the communication that they have. And if you're Purdue, that's a rough round to come off of.
Yeah, and I mean, it almost feels like you're just sitting here like, well, what could I have done? Easy money with the operator once again, ready to put shots on target. And, man, pick an agent with that rifle. It's going to be easy money. Rolling Thunder denies so much time, too. Killjoy Ultimate trying to get something done, but they are going to be able to escape for the most part. Yeah, everybody's...
It was so close to being far enough back to cancel that little line of sight there at the edge, but still able to hold on to it. They're trying to make these long shots. Alter has a 4-piece as the collaterals are there. Aussie, the last one alive. They know the location of the Omen after they made that kill, and I want to see Alter just push, just go for the ace, but you have to play it safe. You have to play it calm and collected here. Aussie sneaking up onto the site, but they know where he is. Finds the first one onto Dim. Can they find a second? No, Altered grabs the ace to keep Purdue alive.
That is the Altered from map 1. We saw them get multiple multi-kill rounds, this time picking up the ace of all things to keep the team alive. And in this game, they need to win the next 2 to bring it to sudden death overtime to determine if this is a 1-1 or a 2-0 for UTSA. But they still have a full gun round to fight through. And even though they won, they still have 2 members on Spectres.
Yeah, they're going to have to adjust this round to allow for those Spectres to be useful. I mean, there's so many long lanes on this map, and that's why the ARs and the operator is so strong. But if you can make those quick, fast, aggressive pushes around these shorter angles, the Spectre can be useful, but Purdue is just playing it very slow, trying to gather the information. You see the rotation coming through towards the middle of the map, and I think that's very smart. The SMGs could be what turns the tide in these tight corners.
Yeah, this is nothing new yet for Purdue. They've gone mid every time. This is much more delayed, and you can see how far back UTSA is. Like, they're not giving any, leash for Purdue to run with. Camera gonna get some knowledge. Oh, super smart play not to shoot a dart out.
No more charges left.
And you hear the alt orb being collected, but gonna let him grab it and rum Dimp. The rest of Purdue trying to push up into this heaven area. Daggle's going to find Altered on the other side, and Aussie, they all line up. The spray is there for 2, not 3 though. Spaggity able to take 1 down for the
30
team, but
seconds left.
2v4 on match point. UTSA looking to close it out here. You see them on your minimap hunting everyone. Daggle barely escaping down the rope. The neural theft is there. Spaggity still finding these kills, keeping it alive. Easy money was the operator. Gonna find 1 shot. 8 seconds left now. Spike not in hand, getting flashed out, nowhere to go. Does find the shots, but there's no time for Purdue to come away with this one. Hoplite just trying to pat the KD there at the end, but UTSA was a 13-10 second map, go 2-0 for the night.
Super strong play coming out from UTSA, not giving up at any point in that secondary map. Even when they were falling slightly behind there, they just did not risk it. They played safe. They played to their strengths. They made sure that they played as a cohesive unit as well. And that's when we saw Purdue really start to struggle when it came down to the team play and the gun play. It just seemed like UTSA had the advantage.
I agree 100%. I don't think I could have said it more better. Yeah, UTSA, they seem like they have so much more time playing together. Even though Daggle, this is his first match here in the CEA, but it seems like they've played for months together. They know exactly what everyone's thinking, and they turn these corners together. They're there to help each other for the trades, and Purdue is missing that element. I think that if Purdue can start to play together more as a cohesive unit and as a team, they can start to find these wins very easily. They're not too far behind in terms of gunplay. I think if they had the help of their teammates, if they're not able to win that gunfight, you know someone's got your back. It can change the match entirely.
Yeah, and I mean, so that series does bring us to a 3-0-1 UTSA and a 1-2-1 Purdue. So obviously UTSA is coming out so strong this season. What an almost immaculate scoreline. Their only draw was last week against MSU. So they're really feeling good, and they're really feeling like they can take on anybody in this event. And so they are going to go up 2-0 tonight. And like you said, team play, gunplay, ability play, you mix that all together, and what do you got?
You get
W.
UTSA.
You do get, yeah, you get UTSA, but you also get the W. Just like, you know what else is a W? Our partners over there in CORSAIR, giving us all of the top-notch peripherals to make us be able to play like UTSA. I guarantee you, they are all on K95s and just clicking heads, W keying it forward, and making sure that they hit those shots. Rogue Energy keeping them up. It is late on the East Coast, and by late I mean it's 8:40 p.m. For an old man like myself, I'm typically gearing up for bed, but Rogue Energy makes sure I have a last bit of energy for those gamer hours to come on through. And new esports keeping us fresh and clean, and the drip is unreal. Make sure you pick up a pair of those for yourself as well. And Great Lakes Gaming Lounges, the charity event that they are going to be putting on October 25th, folks. It is going to be a Call of Duty event, and all of the proceeds are going to be going in favor of cystic fibrosis, and production has corrected me. It is Valorant, actually. I misread the post. My apologies, folks. So if you've enjoyed the event tonight, you've enjoyed watching the Valorant, you've enjoyed playing Valorant, be sure to enter that event as well. Once again, you're supporting a great cause in the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and you can always tune in on Saturdays for our matches as well. Valorant Radiant Arena every Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. And if that's not enough Valorant action for you, CEA every Thursday and Friday has an event as well. So tune in, support your colleges, support your friends, and be sure to catch all of the action there. And I think that is going to do it for us tonight. I do regret to inform you that our second match of the night, which would have been RIT versus, sorry, that wasn't my block. It is going to be RIT versus CPP. Unfortunately, that match was forfeited. There was an unfortunate series of events when it comes to time zones. So that is going to, in fact, do it for us here tonight. We do want to thank everybody for tuning in to the CEA Valorant Thursday night event. I do believe we will have a Rainbow Six Siege event on for the 9 o'clock block. So stay tuned for that, and you will be able to catch some more tactical first-person shooter action to lull you into a nice calming state as you do your homework, set up for school the next day, or potentially finish out the working day. But for us, once again, I'm the doctor, joined by Hawk's Nest and our lovely broadcast crew in Ben and Rose. We are going to be calling it a night, and we will see you later this weekend for more Valorant action.